I got a message coming in from, I'll just make up a sender, from Marilyn. Marilyn sends me an email, and I identify it in my head as junk. So I moved my message to junk. And it does that. And then I realized, no, I did want to hear from Marilyn. I went back to the inbox. But what happens on my MacBook Pros, every time Marilyn sends me an email from then on, it goes to junk.
Okay.
Everybody follow the question?
Yep.
Yeah. How do you teach?
How do you unteach it to go to junk?
Okay. Go ahead.
Jerry, question to that, are you using just the Apple software or do you have a
Yeah,
standard filter?
Apple.
Okay.
Okay. Are there, I'm going to get to my topic, but I'll take the questions down now and we'll get back to them. Any other questions? Yes.
My name is Glenn Boyd. Whenever I send a message, so my daughter and my wife's phone, whenever I get a message, it goes to their phones as well.
Okay.
I don't want them to know what I'm messaging.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, well, we can take more later if you think about them. And I'll get back to answering these in a little while. I just wanted to show you something that I had in my class that we did not get time to cover. And this is something new in iOS 12 on your iPhone and your iPad. And it sort of works like Dropbox in a way. You know, if you have photos in Dropbox, you can create a link and it goes to a website, and then you can send that link to somebody and they go to that website and they can see the photos that you have sent and download them. So this is what Apple has done with photos from your iPad and your iPhone. So I apologize for the poor stuff on here, the way it's written, but it was quicker for me to just copy and paste it than retype it over again. So that's why. But I'm going to go through it a little bit, and then I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do it. It's fairly easy, actually. So you go into your Photos app, and you select a photo that you want to link. And you select the photo, and then you tap the Share button. And when the share sheet comes up, you look for the little one that says up, and you tap on that, and a link is created, a URL address is created, but you don't see it. It goes to your clipboard. Now, your clipboard is a little place on your iPad or your iPhone that holds whatever you copied for the moment. It holds one message at a time. So when you hit copy link, it holds that message on your clipboard. Then when you want to send it to somebody, you can either go to your email or you can go to your message app and you tap and hold, and then a little menu comes up, and one of the options is paste, and you tap on paste, and that will send the link to whoever you're emailing or texting. I'm assuming you've already got the address in there and you've got the who you want to send it to. If you share the link over messages and the recipient is using an iOS device, they'll see a tappable thumbnail of the shared photo. If they're on an Android device, they'll see the URL, and then they would tap on that, and then they could see the photo. Tapping the thumbnail URL link will take them to an iCloud.com webpage, similar to the one that you can't see because this, with a preview image, the author's name, the title, an expiration date, and an option to download the photo or add it to an existing Apple Photos library. Now, I'm going to demonstrate all this to you, but I put it on the front here, so you could take that back with you. By the way, I sent this out in the email last night, in case you got it. To share the same link again with the 30-day time limit, or simply stop sharing the photo altogether, launch the Photos app and navigate to the For You tab, where you'll find the recently shared photo that you shared. Tap the photo and the shared, and then tap the blue dot in the upper right corner of the screen, and you should see the two options: copy the link or stop sharing. So that's the information that I got on how to do it. And that's on the notes if you download them. So here I'm in my Photos app right now on my, I did this on my iPad. Okay, so here's the Photos app, and I touch the share button.
What are you doing? What you have to
And
put?
when I touch the share button,
There's one of these.
I get all this stuff here.
So that's
Okay.
perfect.
This is the new little place where you touch where it says copy iCloud link.
Those I don't hear very well.
So I tapped on
Hearing is not good, but this is.
that,
No, probably
and
nobody can hear
I
it.
just
a
wanted to
URL link
say remote members.
with this picture on it. And by the way, you can do more than one picture. You can do group of pictures. With this picture on it, it sends it to a website.
No.
So it sends it to your clipboard, okay, but the URL is for a website. Now, you see where it goes. Can't see it, but don't worry, it's there. So then you go, and this is an email. And in the body of the email where you would normally put the photo, or you would put the subject, okay?
I want you to
touch
see that one.
and hold
Done. Okay.
onto the screen, the empty screen, and this little thing shows up. And that's the link. Yes.
Oh, through the computer. Oh, I was using use class. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Correct. Okay. So when you touch and hold, you get a little black line of different options, and you hit paste, and that link that was on your clipboard will now appear there. Okay. In fact, I said tap paste. I just said say.
That's perfect.
Okay. Yes. It should have nothing to do with that. Clipboard hasn't anything to do with photos specifically. It has to do with any copy and paste on your entire pad. You should have. All right, let me go back here. When you tap on this, it's actually copying it. You don't have to hit copy. You don't have that icon. Do you have iOS 12? Did you hit the share button?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know the answer to that question right now. Maybe you have to scroll around a little bit to find it.
Somebody mentioned iCloud settings if you don't have. I'm not set up for sharing iCloud photos.
You have iCloud Photo Library? Okay, maybe that's the problem.
I did,
You don't have it either,
I don't have it in the board.
and it works for him. I don't know. We'll have to think about that a little bit. Yeah, but Jerry's on the library and his is working.
I'm doing it on an iPad. You're not on the library?
When you say not on the library.
I don't have iPhoto library or iCloud photo library, but it is activated.
But you have iCloud, right? You have iCloud, Marcia?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this will not pop up till you hit the share button, But when you touch that, you don't have to hit copy again, okay? When you do that, you're not going to see where it is, all right? So then you go to your email or you go to your messages, all right? And why is that? Okay, it's taking a while to pop up. That must be interfering with the popping up of my pages. Do you see how it takes a minute to show up? Anyway, okay, so this is an email that I wrote to myself. And this is the address and everything. And then in the place where you would normally type the message, you put your finger in the blank space, or if you've written, dear daughter, dear son, dear relative, I'm sending you a photo. And then after that, wherever you have a blank space, you put your finger and you hold. And up pops a little menu bar with black letters on it. I can show you demonstrating, but I want to show you the slides first because you can take these home. This will pop up after you touch paste because it's pasting what you copied from the photos page. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it comes to a person who has an iCloud account. Basically what it did is it went onto iCloud.com to a special page. And when I went to the computer and tapped on the email message I sent to myself, and I tapped on this little URL address, I got the picture, my name, one photo. I could have sent many. It says you can download it here if you want. Okay, or you can deselect, you can select the pictures. If you have more than one picture, you can select the pictures here. Okay, this expires on May 22nd because I did it on April 22nd. Okay, so they have 30 days to download the picture that I put on that website, and then it will be. Now, this is what it looked like on my computer after I touched the email message that I got, and I touched that website. Are you with me so far? Okay. Now, just to show you how this works with Android, I'm going, all right, my computer is a Mac computer. So what if somebody doesn't have a Mac computer? So I sent my daughter a text, and I also wanted to try it in text message. So I sent her a text message because she has an Android phone, and told her I was sending her, this was the first message I sent, and then this is the second message I sent. And basically what I did is I went to the message, where you put the message in, and I touched and held it down. And then the paste option came up. I touched paste, and the message went in to where you send it. And this is what it looked like. Okay, so this is what she sent back to me. It opens to an iCloud account, and I can see the picture. Looks like I can download it. And then an hour later, she sends me this. And I was able to download it also without an iCloud account. So even though this goes to a website that is iCloud.com, it's not your iCloud.com. It's some website in the cloud. And apparently people that don't have Mac devices can open it and see it, at least on the phone. She has an Apple computer, so she couldn't test it on her computer, but she tested it on her phone. She was able to open it and she was able to download it. So it's pretty easy when you think about it. Any questions? Yes, in the back. Jay.
I'm Jay. So I was curious about why time is set for 30 days. How do you do that, or is that?
All right, well, you can, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like in in my photos. This is, it says, if you go to the For You section, I'm going to do that right now to see. My guess is, I'm just guessing. But since this is a special iCloud website, they don't want you keeping those pictures up there forever. And they want to limit the time. That's my guess.
I see that on text.
They let it after so many times.
Right.
So let's go to photos and see what it looks like in there. Okay. So let me go to For You, and there is what shows up on, you know, For You used to be memories. So this is what was shared. Oh, it's if I tap on it, let's see what happens. Okay, if I tap on it, I can say, stop sharing or copy the iCloud link. Like if I wanted to quit sharing now, I could do that. If I want to copy the iCloud link, it'll start another 30 days. So suppose you go for 3 weeks and you want to keep that up there for another month. You go into the For You app, the For You section, and your internet connection is unstable. All right. Okay, we're back. And under recently shared is where you can extend it because you're copying that link again. Yes, Wayne?
Oh, no.
Oh, oh, okay. Yes, Tom?
If it works for photo, would I be correct in assuming I could send a text file the same way?
I don't know. The only way you text file would be if you could find it in the share menu. Because, let me find another photo here. I don't think that's going to work. I think I used that for something else. Is this a screenshot? Okay, there's my photo. Okay, let's go to share menu. All right. So that's where you have to copy the iCloud link. So if we go to messages, don't be sending me voicemails. Okay. Test. You don't have a share menu here. So what would you do? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Unless I can put the text message in my.
Put it in another app and see if the share menu, well, let's go to notes.
Not a clipboard.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would work.
But you can't get it on the clipboard until you tap copy link. So if I, all right, let's see what. No, you can't do it. You can only do it with photos because there is no copy link on your share menu, right? All right. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll try it. That just shows you more apps. No. So I think it's just with photos that you can do it. Yes,
Hi, Don Peacock. Why would you do that instead of just sending it, copying the photo and sending it as a text message or paste it into email?
I'm just wondering if you could send bigger photos or more photos, or,
Okay.
I don't know why.
Right.
It's a lot easier to send the whole album. Yeah, exactly what you said.
Right, I think you could probably send more photos than you could through the email. Because that's how Dropbox works. You can send large files and it goes to a website and then people can download from the website. So that would be my guess. Wayne?
Two questions. First one is there a limit to the number of photos you can put on that link?
Not that I read, but I do not know. It did not say, I'll go back to the first page again. It doesn't say a limit on the number. It just says the limit on the time, 30-day limit on the
And
time.
the other question was, I had a clipboard, I don't understand it, and I'm wondering if there's any history to it. In other words, can you go back a couple of them?
No, but I will tell you that I downloaded an app called Paste, P-A-S-T-E, and I don't remember whether I paid for it or not, and I don't remember whether I did it on. Let me see if it's on here.
There is apps that'll do that. What we're talking about.
Yeah, there's Paste, and that will give you a clipboard history.
Oh,
But that you have to download from the App Store. But on iOS, you get one message, and when you copy a second message, the old message goes away. On the computer, depending what app you have, you can go back and see previous revisions of what you've done, like in Pages, or there are other things that you can do. George?
I went on a cruise once with a few other couples, and I collected all the pictures. And when I got home, I did this, I sent them out to everybody. And there was like over 1,000 pictures.
Did you do it with this system, or
Yeah.
you did it with this system?
Yeah.
There you go. So I guess there's no limit. Don?
On the Mac, it's easy to select lots of things using command and click.
Right.
And things. How do you do that? Can you do that on the iPad?
Yeah, same thing, sure. Let me see, someplace where I've got a whole bunch of photos. My problem is, okay, here's, you tap select in the upper right side, okay? Now, if you want to select the whole row of a group, you could just hit the select next to it and they all get selected, okay? If you want to select different ones, you just tap on the ones that you want to select,
Thank you.
okay? And so that works fairly easy. Now, I only did one picture on this system that I just demonstrated to you, but I do believe people can select whichever ones they want to download.
I did 3.
You did 3, and were you able to select all of them or choose the ones you wanted to download?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right. I want to tell you what I did last night.
You want to share it with all of us?
Jerry sent me a question about syncing photo of my photo stream to all his devices. So I quickly went, I had a lot of guests at home. I didn't have a lot of time to figure this question out, which I never did figure out anyway, but to research it. And so I put a whole bunch of stuff into my notes. You see all that stuff I put in my notes? I found 3 different websites I wanted to refer to and all that good stuff. And it was something, oh, these 2 lines up here, these 2 lines here were at the bottom, and I wanted to move them up to the top. So I highlighted them and I hit delete, and the whole note went away. This was like 9 o'clock last night, and I said, oh, you know what? And,
Did you say it?
oh yeah. I'm well known for that phrase. So I went, oh, what am I going to do? I spent all that time, and I'm ready to go to bed too. So all of a sudden I said, I wonder if they have recently deleted in notes. And it's not showing up here because I didn't delete anything, but after, at the bottom right here, there was a folder that said recently deleted. And I tapped on that and my whole note come back. So let me see if I can.
You know there's another way to move it?
Well, I was shaking my iPad. Is it going to come?
Highlight it and move it, the whole thing.
Oh, I know I could have done that. I don't know what I was thinking. What is this? Directions. Okay, so let me, all right, let me just delete this whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. Where's my delete? Delete, cut. Well, I'll just cut it out. Okay. See if that works. Nope, that didn't work. I guess you have to totally delete it, right? All right, okay. Delete trashed photos. Okay. Delete trashed photos. No, that wasn't it. Okay, I could delete this one. All right, so I'm going to delete the note. But I don't want to delete that. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay. It's back again. So that's what I learned last night. Okay, questions? Yes.
Does anybody have experience with duplicate photo fixer? My question is, if you have 2 sides of the computer, my wife's and mine, and we each have our respective photos, I want to clean mine up, but I don't want to mess with her side. If you use it on one side of the computer, does it affect the photos on the other side?
Jerry.
Are you talking about different user accounts?
Yes.
Those should be totally independent libraries
Okay.
by the user account.
I will try 1 or 2 pictures first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Take a picture that you don't care about and she doesn't care about, and delete that and see if it stays on hers.
Make sure it's one of yours.
Yes,
Yeah, John,
John.
I have the original IPV and it still works. It's got my old photos on it. But I don't know how to put my new photos on. That's 48 gigabytes or something.
On the Apple TV?
Yeah.
On the Apple TV, I believe you have to go into the systems, what is that called? Somebody help me. No. Settings. You have to go into the settings. And then there is a place where you can go into either that or the little TV that's on there. What's that little TV thing? I'm trying to remember which one I go into to deal with the photos.
There's an app for photos on that.
Oh, there is an app for photos?
Yes.
On the newest one, but he has an old one.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think there's an app for, well, look for the Photos app, look in settings, or look in that, there's a little picture of a TV on there. Look in that. Look in those three places. That's the only place I know where you could do it. And I'm not sure whether it would still work on the old one. It might.
That's where the unit works.
Yeah. But there, in the settings part, you know, you can hook up to your computer some way.
Yeah, I think,
There.
now that I think of it, there is some. like a
Right.
USB port or something I could move it to my TV, my computer.
I think the Photos app has been on for a long time in.
Okay.
In the Apple TV OS.
Well, try it. Look for, you know what the Photos app looks like, the same as on your device.
Thank you.
Okay, since we only have 2 questions at the moment, I'm going to do that before I get to Jerry's question. And when you move a message to junk, then how do you unteach it out of junk? The question was, I moved my messages to junk, one message to junk, and now all those messages, even though I moved it back, all those messages are still going to junk.
Talking about email, correct?
Yes. Jerry?
There, sometimes if you look at the message in the junk folder, there, and you highlight it, there is a not junk type thing in the right below the address line where you can press it, and that will is trying to teach us that it's not junk. It doesn't always show that, but I think you've got a chance for that.
Yeah, that probably would work.
Show me, say that one more time. Junk.
Are you in junk?
I'm in junk now.
Okay, sometimes up there,
Yeah, edit.
no, or it's not showing on yours, but sometimes on mine, there's, in the message itself, right about where the hide is, there's a option that says not junk.
Oh, I think it's down at the bottom.
Okay.
No. Let's see. Oh, okay, wait a minute now. It says junk up here.
Highlight one.
I just did.
Where do you slide those?
Unread. More flag. Let's look under more. Except I just deleted it. Okay, let's do this. I don't know who Jennifer is, but I don't want to know. Okay, let's do.
I don't see it.
I can't get to more.
I think you can move it to the inbox. Yes.
But
And when that comes, when you do that,
All right, let me hit edit. Okay. So, I'm in some class action suit. All right, so there's move down at the bottom. Okay, move. And then you can go to inbox. And now it's in the inbox. There she is. Maybe when you get, let's try something else.
I believe if you go to follow Jerry's suggestion, you need to tap on a message, then the
Okay.
prompt will come up.
Let's see.
In the junk folder.
No, that's just for unread. Okay. If I go to folder, I don't see that, but I know what you're talking about.
It's usually on the right-hand side. It's part of the message, and I don't see it there. Maybe it's not in the new release.
Now, it could be, It's something that really looks like junk.
Well, maybe it only comes up the first time you receive junk mail from that particular email.
Well, I do it all the time. I think you have to go to the junk folder, tap on a message, and then you have in the upper menu line, you have on the left-hand side, not junk.
But isn't that just on the computer?
Well, at least maybe you have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just on the computer.
Right, I think so.
That's what it's asking.
Okay, so try doing it on the computer.
Yeah, it's on the computer, not on.
All right, who asked me that question? Tom. Try doing it on the computer and see if it says not junk.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's go back to the questions. All right, message going to a relative's phone. Okay, I think that has to do with, are you on the same Apple ID?
No, we have different Apple IDs, but same contract.
The same contract?
The phone call.
Oh, with the phone company?
Yes.
Do you have iMessages synced? I don't know if that would make a difference.
I think he goes there, just on clicks. Message.
Okay, you could try this. Go to iCloud in settings. You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, and scroll down and see if you have messages synced. And you would have to do the same thing on your other devices, your computer and their devices.
Have you synced it now with the?
Yes, you see how mine is green?
Yes.
Okay, that means because I want to see it everywhere. Now, if you shut that off, where do you read your messages? On your computer or on your iDevice? You're going to have to choose one. You could choose one.
Well, doesn't he just turn yours off?
Okay, well, you could try that. Turn your wife's and your daughter's off on their computer and on their iDevices. And then your messages won't sync to them.
I see.
I have something called text message forwarding. And there's choices in that. Let me turn that out.
How'd you get to that?
It would, if I clicked on messages, it goes further over to the right. I mean, right in your list there. Click on messages.
Right.
Oh.
I'm in iCloud now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so on messages?
I'm in regular settings, yeah.
Okay. All right. Keep messages, filter unknown senders, expire. Show contact photos, send receipts, addresses. I don't know where she's got that. I don't see that.
Are you seeing something different, Marcia?
Yes. I'm on my phone.
Okay, it might be different on your phone, I don't know.
It's under show contact photos. I have something different.
Oh. Now you have blocked here. You could block their phone numbers. Then they can't send them back to you. But I would think the best thing is to turn off synced messages on their devices and see how that works. Or only have it on one of yours, either your computer or your messages. I mean your iPhone.
It's not possible to not show who sent the message. I mean, if you get a message
Right.
that somebody sent to more than one person and you reply, it will automatically reply to everyone on that
Right.
first message.
But what he's saying is he doesn't want them to get the messages that are sent to him.
Or the messages.
So what, we want to unsync the messages to his daughter and his wife.
So turn the messages on.
But he wants to sync them, he wants his own messages. So if we turn,
They still want to use it.
right, so if you want to turn the sync, you need to turn the syncing off.
It is.
And it's still syncing? And who's your carrier?
T-Mobile.
Do you use iMessage or do you use the text message from T-Mobile?
Use iMessage.
I've never had that problem. We have T-Mobile.
And they have a separate account on their computer, right?
Separate account. I'm not sure.
I mean, they have to sign into their account on the computer, right?
They have a separate account for that.
Then I don't know the answer. Anybody else have an answer? Because somehow or other, might ask T-Mobile, but somehow or other, it's syncing.
It's the same Apple ID.
Well, that's the other thing. If you have the same Apple ID? No. And then I don't see how that's possible. My husband never sees mine either. And we have family sharing and everything, but we don't sync our messages. Do you have family sharing?
Yes.
Well, you might want to go into that and see if that's where you're sharing messages.
I don't know. We have that, but we never got it on.
Right. I don't know. I'm out of ideas. Okay, let me go to Jerry's because that got me going and losing my notes. Okay, Jerry's question was that he was having trouble syncing between after you upgraded. Well, say your question. I won't say it for you.
I have three apps, or three things that run photos. I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, and I have my iMac. If I take a picture with my iPhone, it shows up in my photo stream on my iMac, but it never shows up in the photo stream on my iPad. And I don't have a live photo stream on my iPad for some reason. If I take a picture with my iPad, it goes to everything else. So for some reason, I don't have.
Okay, I think I know the answer now. Okay. It says, sometimes, let's see. Okay, maybe it's not showing here, but what I read is, on some of the newer devices, Apple has chosen not to include PhotoStream anymore.
So photo stream means.
I'm going to go through that right now, Sylvia. That's got me going on
Is it a new
PhotoStream
device?
and iCloud Photo Library.
Is it a new device? Sure.
I'm sorry?
Your iPad,
New device.
No, my iPad is about 4 years old.
well, then that might not be the answer, but that could be an answer. Okay. The first things, my PhotoStream and iCloud Library are two different ways to sync your photos among your computer and your devices. The original was my PhotoStream. And if you took a picture on my PhotoStream, it would, and you had it synced, it would show up on your computer and it would show up on your phone or vice versa, okay? Now, if you wanted to delete a photo, the only way you can delete that photo is where it was originally taken. In other words, if you take a photo on your phone and it syncs to your iPad and it syncs to your computer, and you want to get it off your computer, it will not go off your computer unless you take it off where it was originally taken or placed on your computer. Okay? So that's one thing that you have to know if you're only using My Photo Stream. Now, I want to show you. Well, let me read this first to you. And then I want to show you on a website the differences between iCloud Photo Library and My Photo Stream. If you decided to finally make the switch from My Photo Stream to iCloud Photo Library to share your content across devices, you should know a couple of things before you get started. When you switch over to iCloud Photo Library, you'll notice that My Photo Stream album no longer appears on your device. So apparently, there's an album called My Photo Stream Album. Don't worry, these photos haven't disappeared. They've just been folded into all your photos. So maybe you have an album. Do you have an album called My Photo Stream Album? No. Okay. So anyway, if you don't have that album, now I used to have on my computer, it said iCloud. Before I went onto iCloud, it just had a little iCloud in the tabs section, and if I touched on that, what was in my photo stream, I could bring up on my computer. Okay. That's because iCloud Photo Library stores, well, all of your photos. If any of your devices don't have iCloud Photo Library switched on, you still see My Photo Stream album. But once iCloud Photo Library is enabled, that album disappears. Okay. If you have an iPhone or an iPad that only uses My Photo Stream, any new photos synced via that service won't upload to your iCloud Photo Library. With one exception, if you have iCloud Photo Library enabled on your Mac, it'll automatically grab your photo stream uploads because they sync to your Mac.
What's the source of that paragraph?
I'll show you. Okay. Unless you're trusting your Mac to do all the heavy lifting, you should probably enable iCloud Photo Library on all your devices to make sure no images get lost. Even if you have iCloud Photo Library enabled on your devices, you can use My Photo Stream to serve a different purpose. And that's not that important. Okay, so let me go back here. This is where this is the sync. This was livewire.com. And I can actually put this out if you want, these websites, which I'll put on the discussion group. But I did this so quickly, I didn't really have time to do anything with it. Okay, here is what is My Photo Stream and should you be using it? Now, I've been telling people, don't use both Photo Stream and iCloud Photo Library. Because I thought it was too confusing and it might not work on some devices. I had a gentleman here who couldn't get something the way he wanted it, similar to what Jerry's problem is. And I told him to get rid of Photo Stream Library and just do iCloud because he was already on iCloud for other stuff. So this is where I got that information from, this website, which is Livewire. And this is photo sharing and stuff like that, but that was basically where that came from. So now I'm going to go back and I'll put this on the website. Now I want to show you the difference between my photo stream, which is the old system, and iCloud Photo Library, which is the new system. And then let's talk about how you get it on there. Okay. iCloud Photos is on the left side. And this is what you get in iCloud Photo Library. And on the right side is my photo stream. And this is what syncs on that. So other than your Apple Watch and your iCloud.com, your photo stream syncs quite a few of the same things. But there's a limit of a 30-day limit of 1,000 photos, and then the old ones go away. Right? Now, what files can you upload? These are file formats for the different kinds of things that will work. Raw photos are iffy. The others, you can do all of them. And this HEIF, this one here, is what the new iPhones and iPads are taking now. They are not taking JPEGs. They're taking this particular one, which is it takes less space and is better resolution.
That might be it.
Hmm?
That might be it.
This.
I have it, I got my phone replaced recently.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably it.
Maybe. Yes.
Mine are shown as HEIC rather than HEIF.
HEVC is
HEIC.
real.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know where it came
that's I don't know, because HEVC. One of them is for movies.
What is this? HEI?
HEIC instead of HEIF.
I don't know. I have that on my other slides. I can look it up for you in a little while. Now the other thing is,
Just another form.
my movie stream does not sync videos. You have to get them through iTunes. iCloud Photos does sync videos. So that's another thing.
Marilyn, aren't the photos that are in photo stream less quality?
Yes, that's the other thing. Okay, so the negative of iCloud Photo Library is you have to store it in iCloud, and therefore you have to pay iCloud storage if you go over 5 gigabytes. You get 5 gigabytes free, and if you have a lot of photos and you want them in iCloud Photo Library, you might have to pay more money, okay? They're stored in the original format, whereas PhotoStream is a reduced resolution format. You can also optimize your photos on your phone and your iPad, which means you're seeing a smaller little photo on there. In other words, your photos take less space on your iPad and your iPhone if you have iCloud Photo Library, because they have it if you optimize that in settings.
You would never see the difference.
You wouldn't see the difference, but you will know the difference because it's taking up less space on your. So if you don't have a large amount of memory on there, then that can become an issue. Okay, now, edits are stored in iCloud and stay up to date on your Apple devices. They don't do that in PhotoStream. Those are the main differences. Now, this particular website, I also do that. This is from Apple, the differences. Now, people say, but I don't want to store my originals in the cloud because I'm afraid if something happens to them, I've lost my originals. Now, what I do is if you go into Photos on your computer, if you have a lot of room on your computer, and you go into Photo Preferences, there is something that says download originals to the Mac. So whenever I take new photos, I have this enabled. So not only are my originals stored in iCloud Photo Library in the cloud, they're also stored on my computer. So you go into the Photos app, Photos Preferences, and you will have that option. Now, let's see what this one says, why I saved that one. Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say photo apps and then to photo preference?
You go to Photos app, you go to the Photos app on your computer.
Okay.
Okay, whatever, and I guess this should work on a PC, but I'm not sure. You have a PC, right, Henry?
No, I just bought a new.
Oh, you just bought a new Apple. Oh, okay. So if you go to the Photos app on your Apple computer, and if you look in the upper left side there, you'll see Preferences. You go there, and then you should have that option. Okay, let's see why I put this in here. There must be a reason.
While you're looking for a new user, you hit Command, comma, on the right of your space bar, Command and comma, are right adjacent to each other. That will bring up the preferences for whatever app you're in. You don't have to go to the file menu.
I'm sorry, you go to
At
what?
the same time, you hit the command, the Apple, whatever is right adjacent to the space bar on the right. And then comma is right above that, a little bit to the left. Anyway, if you hit those two, it brings up the preferences for whatever app you're in.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Jerry, did you know that?
Okay.
Conrad, you know that?
No.
So age has nothing to do with it.
Anyway, this iMore website, I just basically Googled what's the difference between iCloud Photo Library and my photo stream. And do you have a lot of photos that you want to access across your devices anytime, you should use iCloud Photo Library. Okay. My photo stream only gives you access to most recent 1,000 photos or the past 30 days across your devices. Do you have the lowest tier iCloud storage? If you're still using up less than 5 gigabytes and don't ever want to pay even more than 99 cents per month, which will get you 50 gigabytes per month, then you should stick with my photo stream. Do you want to sync your videos across all devices? Then you should go to iCloud Photo Library. Do you have another photo storage app that works just fine? Then you don't want to bother with extra iCloud storage. You want to extract your photos from anywhere you have a web browser, then you should do iCloud Photo Library, because you can go to iCloud.com, put in your Apple ID, and you can see your photos there no matter where you are on any computer. So those are some of the reasons why you should go ahead and get that. How do I access my... Okay, here's another thing that's on here that I thought was useful too on this website. How to set up iCloud Photo Library on your Mac and how to set up iCloud Photo Library on your Windows. I thought that would be useful. I'm going to research that because a lot of people ask me that question and I don't know the answer totally at first. So those are the websites, those 3 websites that I found. And I also read on some of them that sometimes newer devices don't have photo stream on them, and I'm guessing that eventually Apple's going to do away with it. If they're taking them off some new devices, that's telling me they're not going to keep it for a whole length of time. Now, they do say one thing about photo stream that is an advantage, is it goes faster than iCloud Photo Library, because iCloud Photo Library starts from the top and goes through all your photos. Whereas PhotoStream just goes directly. So I've never noticed a big difference. But when I'm doing slides, I'll take a screenshot on my iPad or my iPhone, but I'm doing a keynote presentation on my computer. And so I will open Photos to get that picture so I can drag it into my keynote presentation. And sometimes it takes a little while to get there. And I guess that's the reason that when it's syncing, it's going through a whole bunch of photos to get to that particular one.
Also, unless you're really planning at some point, print your pictures or to crop, you're never going to need them at full resolution.
Well, that's true. Yeah, if you want to print like an 8x10 or something, you need it in full resolution. But
otherwise, if you're just going to use them in a video or Facebook or any of that stuff, you don't need the photo.
right. Now, if you're just using PhotoStream, the photos may or may not automatically download into your Photos app on your computer. Previously, when I was only using PhotoStream, I would open that little iCloud tab on the left bar, the left thing on the photos, and then I would try to edit that photo, and it wouldn't edit until I downloaded it. Now, this is a couple years back, but that's why you want to make sure that you've downloaded that somehow onto your computer if you want to keep those forever, because if they're just in PhotoStream, you're not going to be keeping them forever. Yes?
Eliminate duplicates in photos.
I never have that trouble.
I have, because I imported some of the same things from different places on my Mac. So I've got multiple copies under different dates. So I don't know where they, I don't know how to align it or how to get rid of it.
I know some people have worked on that. Bill?
There is a program called Duplicate Photo Finder or Fixer, and it's supposed to go through and match up any photos and then you can eliminate. Yeah.
Duplicate Finder.
Duplicate Photo Finder or Fixer. I forget which.
Okay. Yes, Bernadette?
Bernadette, wait till next week, because Marty had that one time he talked about it, and he had that.
Oh, okay, Marty will be here next week if you want to ask that question again. The other thing I will tell you is in iOS 12 on your iPhone and your iPad, they now have, when you're adding photos in there, either from your camera or from an SD card, they also now have the option to tell you already have downloaded this photo. So that's a new thing for the iOS devices, which is helpful. Now, if you're downloading them into your computer, you should still have that option, but these are probably from previous years, right? Yeah. What I did basically is I just went through my photos and did it that way. But anyway, in the back.
With that app, like you have duplicates and stuff, will it take the date that it was originally done, or does it do a whole new date?
I don't know.
When you originally take it?
No, if you get a duplicate from two different places, you got it from different places?
Got different files on the computer. I had them stored in multiple places,
Okay.
because I'm not organized.
Because I noticed when I got a new phone before in the past, all my dates that those originally were taken are changed.
Yes.
Some of these were taken not on the phone, they were taken on a separate camera and not, uploaded.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I just wondered why it would change it. Like you're thinking, okay, what year was that done? But it may not be that year because.
Sometimes it has to do sometimes it changes the date when you do something with it. And sometimes it'll have the original date. Now, I had a lot of old photos on my computer that at that time, the dates didn't show. Or if somebody sends me a photo, the date information doesn't necessarily come with it. So it's not the correct date for when that photo was taken. And in the photos, you weren't to our classes, right? You didn't come to our classes, right? No. When I did the classes on the Photos app, I showed how to change the date. And you have to do it on your computer, but you can do it. Do you have your computer with you now?
No, I do.
Okay. If you can stay a few minutes, I can show you some pictures of how to do that.
Well, what I'm doing is my daughter's coming down, she's gonna do that stuff for me, but I wanted to ask about that just out of curiosity, because I have phone, photos from my old phone, which is not an Apple, but the phone before that, the dates changed on those.
Right. Well, sometimes the information that comes with a picture is called metadata. And that tells you all about, tells you where it was taken, if you have GPS on when it was taken, what kind of camera it was, what the resolution is. That's all called metadata. And the date of the photo is metadata. But sometimes when you're manipulating photos, or they're an old photo, or you got it from somewhere else, the metadata doesn't come with the photo. You just get the photo. And so, am I saying that correctly, Conrad? Okay. So then you have to, I went in and changed the dates on photos on my computer, and it's pretty easy to do. So.
Okay, I know that, well, now I wouldn't know exactly when the dates are, because when I went from one phone to another phone, and it wasn't an Apple.
Right. But you can just,
Changed.
right, sometimes you can at least put the year in. I did that. I made up the day and the month sometimes. Like if I was on a cruise somewhere, I thought it was in March that we did that photo, but I did know the year that I was on that cruise, yeah, so that got it in better order.
After a while, all that stuff can kind of run together.
Exactly.
I just wondered, well, I don't know what the year that was, but
Right,
sometimes you can't get that.
right. Yes,
Carol.
hi, Carol.
I have a bunch of shared albums that this woman sent me over years. I cannot, and most recently she was gone for 3 or 4 weeks, and she sent me hundreds of pictures taken in Australia in a shared album. I can't seem to get them out of there. It tells me I can't delete the photos in the shared album. I just don't know what to do with it.
Is this on your computer or on your iPad?
It's on my phone, it's probably on the computer as well. I haven't gone and checked on the computer. Well, you think I can resolve it on the computer? I haven't been able to do it on the phone. And some of those shared albums go way back. I'd like to just get rid of them completely. But,
okay, if you go into albums,
She will get the pictures out of the album for you, but I don't know about you reading albums, might be able to hide them.
can I copy them? Because I like some of them, but most of these pictures, I don't know.
okay, here's shared albums, but these, let's see if this is anything anybody sent me. These are all things I sent other people. From you. Okay, here's something that was sent to me. So here's a shared album. So let's see what this is a movie. See what I can do with it. It says save to files. No, that's not what you want to do. Copy. I'm trying to see how you can get something out of there.
Save image. I just wanted to save image.
Okay, well, that's a video that I'm looking at here. Okay, this is the only image, and I don't know what's in it, so I don't want to, I don't know what he sent me. So I have to be careful. Okay. Here it is, save image. Okay, so go to the shared files, tap on a picture.
Yes.
and tap on the share button and see if you have the choice to save image.
Let's get rid of the whole album.
You want to get rid of the whole
I'd
album?
like to get rid of a couple hundred of pictures after she gets the one she wants. I don't have looking at them, but I don't need to store them. I don't know if you, is she storing them on her device or share or the cloud? I think it's in the cloud.
I have to show you this picture. My grandson and his significant other, they're both techies. And as they're going to run a marathon, and she's a rock climber, so she's got my grandson climbing rocks, and he's got her running marathons. And this showed up yesterday on the internet. This Halsey person is some kind of singer or movie star or something, and she decided to go naked rock climbing.
They send this to grandma?
No, I found it. I'm going to send it to them. Yeah, they were visiting me. They live in New York. They're visiting me, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're doing the rock climbing." And while they're at my house, they're doing practice running for their marathon and everything. And I saw that, and I said, "I think you better not go naked not rock climbing." But I mean, they go like 3 times a week to this rock climbing place. You know how they do that stuff. Anyway, okay, I think we're done here. Carol, we'll keep working on it.
Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.